Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts. I'm Joe Clark.
Karen Helen Keller.
-1.
-1, yeah. Get rid of them as we go.
I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Be sure to view us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course right here on Facebook. And please give us on Facebook some likes, subscribe to our channel. Also hit us with some likes on YouTube. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to announce that I don't know where I'm scrambling here. I just want to make a quick announcement while I was here that one of our sponsors from Jackson Gray Jewelers, Chad, was on Channel 3.
Yeah, that was pretty
and,
cool.
And I just wanted to get up on here real quick because I told him I would mention them. This is from 291 Whiskey. Is that in there?
Yes, sir.
It
Double
is.
shirt. We tasted some last week. With Chad. He brought us some, and or was that? I'm sorry, that was the week before. Week before with Chad, that he brought us some 291 whiskey, and we liked it, and we enjoyed the pour. And looking forward to some more whiskey from them to see what other options they have, because it's fairly new to us.
Good deal.
And it was very good too.
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome.
On tonight's show, we are featuring Old Forester Single Barrel Cleveland Bourbon Co-op pick. Basically, it's something that we'll get into later. We helped pick that, and we were really proud to do that. It's a fine drink, and that's all I'm going to say as far as that goes right now.
And I know, Joe, you're always telling people to bring a full bottle, but I see you kind of got into that.
Joe, that was
a
full
little
when you brought it down here.
What happened, Joe?
I had to clean out. I brushed my teeth before I came over, so to get rid of the taste, I had to chug some of the bourbon.
You didn't touch your butthole when you did it.
I might have with the bottle.
Did you wash your hands before or after?
He did. It was like this.
With the bottle.
He's like, my fingers are clean.
I missed that. He said he did it with the bottle. It wasn't even his fingers.
But anyways, who's drinking the fourth glass? Well, Alberto is supposed to be drinking the fourth glass, but it looks like he is watching the show tonight.
It looks like he stiffed us.
He stiffed us.
So we have an extra glass if anyone wants to show up.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. I mean, it's a good dram to have a little sip of, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Greg, what do we got?
So I want to thank our sponsors, the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all you guys. Nice you guys call in and keep in touch with us. That's great. We appreciate all that. Cleveland Bourbon Co-op is a great club. Love it. So we always look forward to hanging out with those guys for sure. Royal Havana Cigars. Royal Havana Cigars supplies us obviously with all of our cigar stuff. We are planning a live show at Royal Havana Cigars. I'm hoping to get it in within the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks max. And when I get all the details this week, we will start talking about that in future shows. So, look out for that. So it'll be a good time. We'd like to do it on a Friday night, and we'll have a great time. So we'll figure all that out. We have the Village Martini and Clifton Martini.
Yep.
Village Martini down in Chagrin Falls. And right same building as Jackson Gray Jewelers, coincidentally. And which is good. Chad's always fun.
Stop by, get some jewelry, and then go have a drink.
Get some jewelry, maybe even have a little cocktail before lunch. You know what I'm saying? So we have the North Coast Jazz Ensemble. Albert's not here today. I don't know where he's at. That's okay. I'm sure he's having fun wherever he's at.
We went and saw him last night at Quintana's.
Yeah,
That was a good
went to
time.
Quintana's. It was very nice. He had us all laughing, and he played some good music. It's amazing when you bring a CD and what you can play. So it was a lot of fun. So
Were you saying the fingers weren't matching what was coming out of the
It was one of those
speakers?
player pianos,
yeah, player pianos. He's all like this.
And the rolling keys were playing by themselves.
I'm pretty sure he twirled it. Was still playing.
Want to give a shout out obviously to Jackson Gray Jewelers. My wife wants to give a shout out, which we'll do that here in 1 second. To talk about her experience this week, which was really cool. Want to give a shout out to Wine Reserve in Bainbridge and Aurora. So those guys take very good care of us on our some of our bourbons and scotches. They're always there for us. I appreciate that as well. And we have Premier Automotive, Joe Clark. So take your car. You guys need a car repair? Go there. Bring your wallet, and they'll take good care of you.
30% increase is that what you
30%
usually
increase.
say?
No, we're down. I think we're starting to get into discount territory now. We're doing all right.
All right, 20%. So he's
Right.
half day ago, this guy over
Hey, manja.
Come on, get in the trunk.
Yeah, right. All right. So what do you get? I guess if Albert, are you, Karen,
I
lighten
haven't,
up or?
I haven't lit up yet. I've been kind of running at the last minute, but I'm going to. So, Greg, go ahead. What are you
So
smoking?
I'm smoking a 660 Royal Havana house cigar, Ecuadorian Habano cigar, something I smoke quite often on the show. Last few weeks I've been changing it up because Dave has given me a bunch of different things to try. And so far so good. So that's what I got. That's what I'm smoking.
Nice.
And I got a Tatiana. Is that what that's
Tatiana,
called?
yeah. Tatiana.
It's like a grape or a
Yeah,
blueberry.
it's an infused cigar.
And it's absolutely amazing. When Dave had his outing down in Willoughby, it's at the Rib Burnoff.
Yeah.
I was
smells
smoking
good.
one of those. I know, doesn't
Wow.
it smell really good?
Yeah.
Got a couple of the women down there that stopped by the tent to try a few of these, and I think they're hooked now too. So I like these. I like the acids, don't get me wrong, in the Javas, but this is just a little bit different, a little fruitier, maybe for the summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But it's good. It's good stuff. I like it.
I know we got a couple of watchers out there. A good friend of mine from Houston, Texas, Justin Elliott, is watching the show today. My sister-in-law, Nancy Williams, is watching the show today. And my brother, Stephen Williams, watching the show today.
Nice.
And we may have a new watcher. I don't know if Matt from Ganley is
Oh, that's right.
watching
Matt,
tonight.
I'm sorry.
So
Ganley, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge.
In Aurora.
In Aurora, right there on, I think that's Garfield Road, is what
82.
they call it, in 82 there by 43, right on the corner.
between
So-
Starbucks and McDonald's,
Yeah, pretty much.
something like that.
Yeah. So Matt always takes good care of us on our service with our vehicles. Ganley's a great place. We've bought several vehicles from them. Go check them out. And service department there is second to none. I used to run a service department. Joe used to work
I
at
still think
BMW
my
over
service
there.
department's the best, but go
And,
ahead.
but those guys are really good. They have a big following. Really, really good guys. Scotty over there at Parts Department. We used to work with him over at Jaguar. And,
Oh, yeah.
So he's manager of the Parts Department.
Cool.
Very, very good guy as well. His daughter works with him now. We saw her today. I haven't seen her since she was like 6 years old. I was like, holy cow. Now she's married, got a kid.
And a mouth like Scott.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Too funny.
Right.
So.
No, so it's all good. So
Yeah.
you want me to talk about
Yeah, I want you to tell
talk
us about your
about,
week.
Tell us
my
what,
week.
they're
So
calling it Greg's Orange Purse.
Greg's Orange first. So, I apologize for
Easier.
everyone that follows me on Facebook because I got a little crazy on Tuesday, but once in a lifetime opportunity at the All-Star game here in Cleveland, and I'm a total baseball nerd, and I had the opportunity to actually go to the red carpet show for the Major League Baseball Network, and actually got into Progressive Field and got very close to a few of the players. Like right on there with Francisco Lindor, CC Sabathia, Blackman, Charlie Blackman from the Colorado Rockies, Mike Trout from the Los Angeles Angels, and hey, a shout out to Shane Bieber who won the MVP for the All-Star game. He had a great outing when he struck out the side. So it was a great game. It was a great week. Beautiful day. But while I was there at Progressive Field, and meanwhile, I did weasel my way into the stands that were reserved for family and friends. And we won't go into how I got there, but I got there, and it was pretty cool. But on my way out of there, I had to get out before the game. I did consider going in the bathroom and hiding in one of the stalls so I could stay for the game, but I figured they'd do the sweep. Anyway.
Picked you up at the police department after, not a big deal.
Oh boy. Anyway, so as I was leaving, they had a bullet bourbon stand. So if anybody follows me on Facebook or follows us at the Whiskey Roundtable, I did take a shot. It was like a little camper-like
Yeah, it looked like
thing.
an old teardrop camper, almost like a old school camping trailer. It was cool.
Yeah. So they had that, and they had a nice bourbon display. And while I was there, I got to talking to John from Bullet. He was actually up from Kentucky. Great guy. I told him about Whiskey Roundtable, and hopefully he's watching tonight. He did immediately go on his phone and start following us. So that was pretty exciting. So that's why we've got the Bullet bottle out here for John. And John, if you're listening, please check out our show that we did on the Bullet 12.
Yep.
We loved the drink. It was great.
Awesome.
One of my first drinks to get involved in bourbon was Bullet.
It's Bullet, yep.
Bullet, you know, was
Bullet and Bullet Rye.
Bullet, right?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
I like regular Bullet Rye. I mean,
I do
12
too.
years on another level, but the regular's still
Regular's great.
$23. Can't beat it.
No.
I only drink, when I first started drinking whiskey, the Bullet and Bullet Rye were the only things I drank for quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
Yeah, that you always had Bullet in the
I always
house.
had, but I still, and I still do.
So it's a good, very good go-to drink. The 12 year is fantastic.
Cask strength is really good.
Yes,
That's right, yeah.
That's what I said. That
Yeah.
I want to dive into that later. I
Yeah.
have a couple bottles of that.
Yeah, cask. The 10 year is really good. It's like the 10 year's nice. It's a smokier. It's different than any of their Bullet lineup. It really is almost, because Bullet's almost like any other whiskey. They got their familiar taste in their brand, and that 10 years it's very different from their other lineup. It's really good. That was actually the first Bullet I ever had, was a 10 year.
Okay.
And then I went to the regular. I was like, wow, that's really good too.
Yeah, they're good products for sure. For sure.
So, again, just want to give a thank you to John. He gave us little stickers, Bullet Bourbon, so I passed them out to the guys here. And then on my way back, I stopped at Peterson's Peanuts on Carnegie and got these dorks little baseball caps. So that's what's showing up there behind the bottles, or
How's that? Okay.
the glasses.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
So that's a little
thank you,
token
Karen.
of my day on
Awesome.
Tuesday. It was awesome. So
deal.
I'm still kind of basking in the whole
My
event.
timeline
Only got a little
on
slice of
Facebook
history.
doesn't stop rotating all your pictures. That's all I see. I go on there, it's just like baseball player, baseball player, baseball player, baseball player. I have to
I know.
scroll through.
I apologize. I had a few. Even Chad was
Yeah.
like, I gotta block you for like 24 hours because this is ridiculous. Like, sorry, I was a little crazy. But what I was doing actually is I would see one of the players and I knew I'd forget who it was, so I quickly take the picture and then put the name, so I knew to go back later and I'd remember all of the names.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool. It was really cool. I was so excited.
Yeah.
They haven't been there since what, 97 or something?
97 was the last time they were here, and interestingly, Sandy Alomar won MVP here. And then fast forward to this week, and Shane Bieber.
And we've
won
hosted
here.
the most of them in the country.
I think like the six of them.
That's six, yeah.
Yeah. So.
They do a good show down there. They really
Yeah.
do. Absolutely, they do. Even the regular games you go down, everybody's friendly. Everybody's nice.
Right.
There's no problems down there. It's a nice time. It's a good time out. I'm not a baseball fan, so to say. I'm just vicarious to my wife, so to say. So
Vicarious?
Vicarious. I don't know whatever you call it.
Okay, Butters.
But
Yeah,
vicarious.
Yeah. There you go.
So what's the proper name? What's the proper term?
Curious.
Oh, just curious. Okay. Well, I thought when you are attached to somebody else, it's supposed to be like that.
There's a word for it, but
There
it's
is a
not
word
coming
for
to
it.
my
Okay,
head.
so if I said it wrong,
Fucking weird.
Greg will
So-
talk whiskey, I will talk
Yeah.
baseball,
Yeah.
but it's not a baseball show, so that's it for my baseball story. So
Awesome.
thanks for indulging me and letting me talk about it.
That's good.
All right, I guess we'll kick back to the Old Forester Single Barrel Cleveland Bourbon Co-op. So we already have it poured out, so it's been breathing for a while, but that bottle has had some air in it and been open for quite a long time. And I'm anxious to actually try it again. So the last time we had it, Greg, you were this was months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Months ago. Many months ago. God, we're in July now, so this is
Probably almost a
in
year
winter.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I haven't really had any since then.
When
This
did
is
it
the
come out? Was it February?
Ooh, but we didn't get the Yeah, I think we got the bottles in Was it February? I think so. Eric, if you're obviously you're listening,
Yeah,
Eric.
Eric.
What was the month
Yeah,
that
so-
this came out with? Was it beginning of February?
Yeah, I was thinking, that I think we had the new riff before we had the single barrel Old Forester. I think we got new riff in first.
Yes,
We did. We
We
did.
ripped
I
it
think
at
that's what
first.
I'm thinking.
This was held up from the state
Yeah,
or
a
something,
long time,
so
yeah.
it took a while
Yeah,
to get out.
We finally got it. So again, that was
February is correct.
okay.
Yep, it was February we got that, so awesome.
Well, and that's one of the pictures when you're rolling the intro is you and Greg
Yes, it is.
with
Yes, good
Carl and Hank.
point. Yep.
And that was the day that you guys went and
That was
did
back
the
in the
pick.
fall because we
That
did
was,
there and then we rolled to a clam bake after you and me. Remember that?
That was in summer. That was in September.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
clam bake.
Yeah,
So fall,
yeah.
basically fall.
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah, that's right.
yeah.
We bought a bottle of Boone County and we're running around.
We drank that whole thing. Over a couple of days.
That was Boone County 12 too.
It was very good. Boone
Yeah.
County 12 is good.
You were already feeling no pain by the time you left the tasting.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
remember because I took that blackmail picture of you in the car.
Yeah.
You're like, do not show that to anybody.
Yeah, because we didn't really eat anything. It was dinner time. It was past dinner time.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I can barely think right now.
We had
Because, I
good
mean, that
time.
was all cast strength,
Yep, it was.
you know, or I should say straight from the barrel.
Right.
It was really good, man. That was a really awesome experience. I hope to do it again someday because that was just pure
it was-
enjoyment, man.
It
Pure
was.
enjoyment.
It was a lot of fun. It was something, it's something that, people live their whole lifetime and you don't get a chance to do something like that. It was a good time. It was real nice. I appreciate Hank and Carl, bringing us into that. That was real nice. And it's something I will never forget. For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
These two were giddy like two little
Oh,
schoolgirls.
yeah.
It was silly, stupid, but
Yeah, I remember getting the call, and you had actually had plans that day.
I did.
Yeah, yep. We'll get in. I think we're getting into that later. We'll tell the story of it. And all right, guys, what are we doing next? I know we kind of jumbled around because we had some extra things to talk about today. Do you want to pass out the pours and get into
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely.
Take a nose on it and see what we like. I'm sure we're going to be very biased.
I'll leave that stranger out there.
Stranger danger.
I did. I know it's hard to get any information on the.
I wish I'd pulled out my notes on this.
Well, we talked about that.
Yeah,
So
we talked about it. It was.
the reason why we didn't
I
do
actually have the real notes.
if
Did
you
you?
have them, let's talk about the real notes. This is obviously because it's a barrel pick, so we're a little bit different.
Right.
So let's just talk about, because even though this is something that's picked, privately, so to say, it's still going to be somewhat similar to its original. So why don't we talk about it?
I didn't even think about that till right now. I think the notes are in my glove box.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm pretty sure.
Let me see if I can pull them up on my phone.
Did you have them on your phone?
No, but I'm going to see if I can pull it up.
While you're doing that, you want me to give a little history on Old Forester in
Yeah,
general?
go ahead. That'd be great.
Do they have notes on the Cleveland Bourbon pick?
No, they don't. That's what I'm saying. Why don't we just pull up the standard single
Oh,
barrel
okay. Yeah.
and
Okay.
see what they have,
Yeah, if you go to the Old Forester site, you can actually look at that.
Right. I should have thought about my notebook.
Well, we talked about all that, but that's okay. That's all right. It's not
all
a big
good.
deal.
Sure. I don't think I'm in the conversation.
So anyway, Old Forester, it's produced by Brown Foreman.
Sorry.
Produced by Brown Foreman in Shively, Kentucky. It's the longest running bourbon on the market. It's 149 years. Started in 1870 by George Garvin Brown, and it was named for Dr. William Forster, 2 R's, a friend and customer of George Garvin Brown when he was working as a pharmaceutical salesman. And then when Dr. Forster retired, I don't know why, but then Brown dropped the second R in the bourbon name and Old Forester with 1 R. So during Prohibition, Brown Foreman was able to continue producing Old Forester for medicinal purposes. We had mentioned that for a couple different distilleries were able to do that, but what's unique about Old Forester is they're the only bourbon to be continually distilled, marketed by the founding family before, during, and after Prohibition. They have never stopped. So, pretty
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
We were looking at the website earlier today, and there is a bottle. I want to say it's called, Eric, if you're listening, you'll probably know, the Presidential. I've never heard of that, but you can only get it at the distillery
Right.
and some select stores in Kentucky. So,
So Scott and Sandy Royblatt were in town last week, and we me and Scott and my nephew, so to say, we sat down and we did a little tasting. But we actually talked about Old Forester. We're talking about our pick and some different things, and he brought up about the presidential.
Did
And
he?
you can only get, that's how, he said you can only get that there, and it's like harder to get than any Pappy Van Winkle will ever be. It's,
Really?
Yeah, it's like extremely hard to get. It's just because they only release it once every so many years, and it all depends on, if it's to their standard. They're like, really, critical about their product when it comes to that. So they were like, some stuff they might bypass it, so.
Yeah, that really stood out when I was looking at him. Like, yeah, seen that. Oh, wait, what's
Yeah,
this?
what's that? You told me this. Yeah, you can only get that at Old
Was there an
Forester.
MSRP on that? Did they have?
They didn't advertise it on the
Okay.
website.
I heard it's very expensive.
I'm sure it
I
is.
heard it's very expensive. I heard it's much more expensive than birthday.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
I don't know
And
that to be
birthdays-
true. That's just what I was
Is
told.
birthday a couple $100?
Yeah, oh
I
yeah.
think so, yeah. That's hard to find, too.
Yeah.
And it goes back last year, a year ago. I saw that when we were in Strongsville or Brecksville or wherever we were at that Market District,
About, yeah, Strongsville.
and I saw it sitting there,
Oh.
and I was going to get it, and then I ended up not buying it.
It's not bad. The MSRP is $150.
Oh, okay. I
the
heard it was more.
presidential.
Yeah.
I heard it was more than the birthday. Okay, cool.
And it's the presidential barrel selected by the president of the company.
Right.
Nice. I have to look for that when we go to Kentucky. We keep talking about it. We're going this fall?
We're going in September.
Okay.
All right. Let me see if I can.
That's not bad. $150. I mean, for something that's that
For something
rare.
that rare, yeah,
harder
absolutely.
to get than of course.
Maybe we'll get lucky and
Yeah,
it'll be there. If it's that, I'll.
I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes out for it. I know you guys are big Old Forester fans, so
I have a ton of single barrel, different picks.
I love how this song always comes on when you're
I
talking.
know, right? It's all right, kids. I'm used to it. Don't worry about it. All right. So,
Is it distracting you?
okay. Summer fruits and banana gently greet you as they mingle with the classic bourbon notes of light vanilla, oak, caramel on the nose.
Yeah,
That's what they're saying is on
that
the nose.
pretty much sums up actually our notes on what we smelled
Right.
when we were doing it. They were
Correct.
always very fruity,
Right.
caramely.
And I think I kind of think I remember when we did this. Somebody, I think it was Carl, that had spoke about banana or something.
Yeah.
When
Oh, yeah.
When we were trying it.
Yep.
We talked about I taste banana, and I kind of looked at him like banana. Bring
You
the ice
bananas,
cream.
son.
Bring the ice cream, man. Let's do that. So yeah, so I get that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, we're sniffing. Okay, sorry.
Sniff, Karen, sniff.
Oh, that is
More
banana.
caramel.
Yeah, you do get a little bit of.
Yeah, you do. Like a very,
Like vanilla.
like a very ripe banana. You know what I mean? When it's
Right.
been sitting,
Right.
With the brown spots all over it. Yeah.
but they smell awesome when they're
They
like
do.
that. You know,
Smell awesome. I gotta eat my bananas green. I'm sorry. I'm just
I can't do
wired
that.
that way.
All right. So they say the palate delivers a deeper experience with heavy hints of oak and leather mingling with hints of dark plum and vanilla, which produce a nice overall mouthfeel. Heavy vanilla and drier oak form on the finish, short finish. Did I lose you?
Nope.
You ready?
Like
Let's do it, man.
Let's take a hit.
So I do get the banana just for a quick second, like at the last thing I taste. The last thing I taste.
It's pretty much what it is on the nose.
Yeah, it is.
It's light fruits, banana, caramel, vanilla. I mean, you get all that. I even get kind of like a little bit of brown sugar in there.
It is a little, just a hair dry, just enough to let you know it's
Yeah,
oak,
yeah.
but it's good. I
It's
mean,
got a nice, long-lasting flavor to me. It's a nice drink, man.
I would say that Old Forester Single Barrel is my second favorite drink besides BT Single Barrel. I'm a big Single Barrel Buffalo Trace fan, but
That's your favorite bourbon.
it is my
Buffalo
favorite
Trace,
bourbon.
Yeah.
It is, but
You're saying this is your second?
it is because
Wow.
you see how much of this I have.
Yeah, right.
You know, I have, I don't know how many bottles, cases of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always buy 2 at a time, sometimes 3. And we have, I don't know how many picks.
Yeah.
A
Quite a
ton.
few.
I have the medicine bottles and all kinds of stuff.
The
It's
problem with this
fantastic.
is it's so easy to drink, and it does not have a kick to it at all.
There's
I mean,
no
to me,
kick.
it just there's no
It's smooth.
heat.
It's-
There's no I don't taste
No,
any
it's- yeah.
alcohol.
What's the proof on here?
90.
90.
90.
Actually, what did they say? That's what's labeled on the bottle. They said when they label their stuff 90 proof, it can actually be anywhere from 89 to 94 proof. They said I believe they said ours was probably would be right around 92 and a half, 93. But they just put it as 90 proof there. Yeah.
It's good.
You
It's
guys
really
get
good.
any smoke in there?
I did not. What did I drink yesterday that I got a ton of smoke out of? What the heck was that I had yesterday? Equitanas. Do you remember? I said, man, you got to taste it. The
You were
smoke
doing
was
a
like-
little tasting of your own Equitanas last
Yeah.
night.
I mean, I only had 3 or 4 different drinks, but it was. I had one that was like so smoky, but it was really, really good. But I can't think of what the heck it was. Oh, you know what it was? Which I was shocked because I don't taste it here. I don't taste it here. It was Henry McKenna.
Oh, that's
bottled and
right.
bond?
Yeah, the one that we
Tenner?
have. Tenner.
Wow.
And I was like, I even asked the girl, did you pour me McKenna? She says, yeah. I'm like, man, I've never had that smoky flavor like that.
That's
It's like
weird.
it was full of smoke. I even said to you, did you try it or no?
I did not.
And I said, do you remember me asking you
I
about?
smelled it. But
Yeah,
I didn't-
that's right.
Yeah.
And I said, here, try this. It's got a ton of smoke in it. And I was like,
I wonder if it reacted with something.
I don't know.
That's weird.
But I even
never
went up
had
and asked her. I
smoke.
said, did you pour me Henry McKenna? She says, yeah. She picked up the bottle. So this is what I gave you. I'm like, wow, okay.
Were you trying other stuff before that?
I did.
Maybe you were.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something
I
happened
did.
on your palate.
I had Tom Fullery's, their pick.
Okay.
I had Henry McKenna. I had Prairie, High West,
yeah, I like Prairie.
and I had what was the 4th one I had? McKenna.
BV Reserve.
BV.
Camouflage label.
Right. Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer.
Hey, don't be
I
laughing,
had
my
Natty Light,
Pabst Blue
Extra Light.
Ribbon.
No, I had 4 different drinks. So I had the High West first, and then I went to Tom's Foolery, and then I had, what else did I have? And McKenna was the last one. I can't think what the heck it was I had.
Toilet wine, single
Toilet
bowl, cell
wine,
pick.
single bowl, big mint. Is that what they call that then?
Don't eat the mint.
Don't eat the mint.
It's a
I was
bit
chewing on
nutty.
it on the way home.
Why am I chewing?
What am I chewing? God damn it.
What's this?
Why is it so salty?
I'm gonna hit it again.
All right, let's do it.
God, I wish there was a million bottles of this.
We have 500,000 over here.
It's so good, man.
Not like that.
It is so good.
Oh, we have a few of those.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely get the second one, the second hit of that. I definitely get the banana on that.
I do. That's, you know, it's,
Yeah,
I
a lot of
mean,
banana.
I get, so like I said, the second time I hit it, the same thing. I had that quick, just as I swallowed, I got that quick hit of banana and it was gone just in a flash. But I still got it, you know.
Yep.
But I get a little bit of dryness out of it. Just a hint of dryness, oaky dryness, but it's smooth. It's good.
I agree with you. I get the oaky dryness as
You know, I don't know. You know, I'm curious to know from the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, any of the guys that want to comment to Joe that have had that Cleveland Bourbon Co-op pick. You know, let us know what you think of that too. Let us know what you think you guys
Sure,
taste.
yeah.
I'm curious.
Right.
I mean,
Are you bi-curious?
I guess I'm bi-curious.
Buy bottle curious.
Buy bottle curious. Don't get stupid out there. But I'm interested to know because, you know, we drank one bottle of that, and we were saving the other bottles for hopefully the grand
Did
opening
we
show.
drink one bottle there, or did somebody else drink one?
No, what do you mean?
Was it a?
It was one of our. I opened one. I went through one of those bottles already.
I think I probably had a drink out of that. There was something happened. Somebody drank the bottle.
Well, I don't want to say who.
Right.
Right. I don't remember.
What do you mean?
But anyways,
You're
yeah.
clicking into
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
microphone.
I apologize.
Jerk.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. That same someone went through a whole bottle of New Riff too. That was Cleveland Bourbon.
Man, that's weird. Oh, Gotcha. Okay. Repeat offenders, man. You know?
Somebody's got to do it, though.
Well,
Yeah, right?
drink as much as you can till it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good drink. I mean, there's still plenty there. I'll be enjoying that, and all of us, very slowly over the next probably 6-8 months. I mean, it's very...
We should go. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead. No.
We should, just thinking out loud, we should go through all of that and see and pair up or one single bottle out. Everything that we have doubles and triples of, let's single bottle out and put it all in cases, and then we can choose and pick what we want to drink because we have so much of that.
Well, there's that, but I mean, we don't have that one.
We don't have what one?
That one.
The co-op pick?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Because I got 2 bottles.
Ah.
So we drank one, I still have one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My math's all screwed up. You're all listening.
Give you something hard?
Yeah,
1 plus 1?
Yeah.
1 plus 1 is 4. Sometimes 3
But
and a half.
you know, we should go through some of that stuff because we have to at some point. You have to get our act together with all that stuff.
So why don't you guys talk about the pick and your process and your experience doing that, what it was like, since you were so giddy.
We were getting.
So I believe, if I remember correctly, I got a phone call from Hank.
Okay.
And it was kind of like not last minute, but it was very close to the pick.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Hey, do you guys want to?" He's like, "What are you and Greg doing?" Saturday. It was on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on a Saturday afternoon.
Right.
And what are you doing? And I think this was like a Tuesday or maybe a Monday or something like that. And I was like, I don't know. And I called Greg. He's like, dude, I got plans this weekend. And I told him what it was. I'm like, no. We have to go do this. It is the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op picking Old Forester. The rep is here, and they want us to come help them taste. All plans dropped. Everybody's like, no, don't care. If somebody's dead, whatever. You know, got to go do this. And so we go do this, and we get there, and we go into, they have like a private tasting room. And basically they brought out multiple barrels. You know, some of you guys already been through the picks and stuff like that. And it was me, you, Karen, Hank, Carl. I think Hank's girlfriend was there.
Beth.
What's her name? Beth. Wow, you remember, good memory. I'm horrible with names.
I know,
don't even remember your guys' names usually half the time. But
It's all right.
Don't worry.
What else?
Don't worry, John. We understand.
No problem, Nick.
Would you say Dick?
Did you just call me a moron?
I just remember we're sitting there. You know, what was the guy's name that he was a representative of Old Forester? Man, it's been such a long time.
I don't remember his name.
We have his business
I
card
do
somewhere.
have his card.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Eric, if you know that guy's name.
Yeah,
shoot
what
it
was
over
his
to-
name? Or Carl's there. Carl, you
Carl,
remember
what
his
was
name
his name?
from Old Forester.
I'm thinking Justin, but I think that's wrong.
That does sound familiar.
That's not familiar.
That's either him or the guy from
I think that was the Buffalo
Trace guy. That was the Buffalo Trace guy.
You're right.
So we went there, and Carl and Hank are sitting there. We're all sitting there, and they brought out 3 barrels, plus the Lizardville as comparison, because it was already cut down to the single barrel 90 proof. And it was something to compare to see kind of an idea of what it would be somewhat like cut down. And anytime you want to jump in, you can. So you I don't have to.
Good, go.
So I remember right out the gate, you know, they poured them all out, except for the Lizardville pick was always very last. Patrick was the guy's name.
Okay, thank you.
And the representative from Old Forester was Patrick. So he spread them all out on the table, and we are sitting there, and I remember we started nosing them first. He said, let's nose them all. And we brought some notes and paper, and we're all taking notes down and all that stuff. And we nosed one. The first one I remember being very hot. It was very hot. I mean, it still smelled better than most of your bourbons or Old Foresters we've had from the store, but it was a lot of heat on the nose. And we go to barrel number 2, and barrel number 2, me and Greg just looked right at each other, and I was like, that. We knew. We didn't even have to say anything.
Remember, I took my glass and put it forward.
Yep, it's like, that's it. Number 2.
We didn't even get through the line. I was like,
yep.
This is a keeper right here.
Yeah.
So,
It was because it was completely, there was no heat. At
And
right
that's
out
what
of the
we're drinking
barrel,
right
there was
now.
no heat.
I mean,
on
that's
it.
exactly
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
that's our stuff. That's what we drink.
Yes. And then barrel 3 was kind of a mix between the two.
Right.
So that, which was like, okay, this could be a contender. Maybe when we put water in it and blah blah. So then we did that. We nosed. Then we took a sip of each one. It was just first one was good but hot.
I think we did add water to all of them. So
We
to
did.
say.
Yep. The third round we did. Yep.
And I was a little embarrassed. I even said, and I've said this just recently to Karen when we talked about it, and when Scott was in town, we were talking about it too. I was actually telling Louis, what we were, what I did, what we did, I should say, but, and I said I was a little embarrassed because I've never done that before, but I knew right from the first taste, not even finishing the other two,
Right.
I knew that everything else had to be better than this.
Oh, it popped so much on everything.
And I know that you all, I stopped taking notes, you guys were taking all your notes, and I was a little embarrassed because, you
Your
guys
mind
were
was
much,
made up.
my mind was made up, and you guys are much more diverse. I mean, Carl and Hank and yourself, and you just know, we were in Lizardville one night, and I walked over to you and I said, here, smell this, what do you think? And you said, what is it? I go, you tell me. And you told me not only did you tell me the distillery, you told me exactly the drink there. So I mean, they're out of my league, so to say. So, but we did when we tried that second one, and I looked over at you, you looked over at me, and we kind of looked around, and I just pushed it forward.
Yeah.
And I waited.
We knew.
And we tried it.
We kept going like this.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes we're like two.
So we tried the series, if you will, a few times, and
the third one I remember I was like, ooh, that's a contender because it did have some of the flavors that 2 had. Because when we added water, 3 did pop really hard.
Yeah, but
then we went back to 2, and I kept going back between 2 and 3. I'm like, man, the 2 just has more to it.
I don't mind adding water to any bourbon or any whiskey, so to say.
I wish we could have got a bottle as a cask.
So. Yeah,
because it was so awesome at cask strength, man.
It was, and but I didn't. I don't like to do that. I mean, the only time anymore I put any type of water in my bourbon during the summer is I will put one small square, like a post stamp piece of ice in my glass.
Yeah.
If it's real hot out, I don't want to drink, temperature.
Yeah.
Temperature, bourbon. I want something that's a little cool.
That's why I keep one of those giant Evan Williams bottles around with, the 175 for, I don't know, under $20. Oh, if it's hot like that, I just fill the damn glass up with ice and pour that in, add a little water, and that's a great drink in the summer, man. It really is. It's really good. I like it. Yep, that's my beer, Karen.
What's your beer?
Really, that's my cold beer.
What was that cold thing you did the other couple weeks ago where you threw your ice on the table?
Oh, that's I mean that never happened. I would never do that to anything over $20.
Was that Blanton's
and
lemon sparkling water or something?
It was. I couldn't find any pop in the house, so you usually don't have any.
You come in, you throw that thing of ice on the table, ice goes everywhere. You just grab it, and the next thing I know, I see you pour that Blanton's in there. I go, oh no!
You could tell he was just pissed that he was doing it. He's like, God,
it hurt.
And then he's pouring that Blanton's in there, and then he dumps that soda water or whatever the hell was in there. I was
orange
like,
soda water.
Oh my God! Who had who from the co-op had would they use Thomas Handy Sazerac
and
or something?
It was a joke.
And he dumps the Coke in there. I was like, oh no! I wanted to go over there and beat him up.
Right. Come on, guys, man, that's a unicorn. I can never get that. And the Coke's going inside of it right now.
That was too funny. It's funny because if I remember correctly, he poured it, then he looked, and then he poured some more, and I was like, no!
Right.
Well, that reminds me of the story of we had somebody over the house that, this is before you guys were doing this as a joke.
Oh, God.
And that guy did it for real.
He took that bottle of Blanton's and he filled up his cup.
And my
and he put ice in your 4 Roses single barrel with a ton of ice, and he dumps Coke in it. And I said, "What are you doing?"
Half a bottle of 4 Roses single, because I brought 4 Roses single barrel to this, little gathering he has on his porch. And it's just random people, and this guy is here, And I don't even know who he is to this day. And he's like, oh, I've always wanted to try that. And I was like, dude, it's fresh. Crack it open. 4 Roses single barrel. And God, this had been 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
He's like, oh man, and I just immediately, I'm talking to Greg, Karen, Dougie's there, just a bunch of people around me. We're all talking. I kind of noticed out of the corner of my eye, this dude, I mean, it's like gloop, 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 gloop. You know, I was like, damn, this dude. I mean, I was like a little offended at first. I'm like, oh, well, all right, player, you know, that's gonna hurt.
Right.
But you know what I mean? And he's just doing it, and then I hear the shh.
Right.
And then I look again, I'm like, oh God, no. And it's like can of Coke and fills it. Yep. We're talking a half a bottle of 4 Roses and then a full can of Coca-Cola. And the dude's, he's like, wow, this is really good. And I'm like, how the fuck do you even taste that, man?
I thought you were going to come at him like a spider
monkey. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I mean, damn, dude, you literally poured $25 worth of bourbon in your glass.
That was like that one time we were at that party. I think the party was here. I think it was a clam bake or something. And one of our other friends picked up a expensive bottle that you had brought, and he dumped the whole thing into a pitcher and made Manhattans.
Yeah, I didn't even get a taste. Oh, it was Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare. Not even ask anybody if that was okay. He just took it upon himself to make a big pitcher of Manhattans for him and one of our other friends. And you told me that, I was like, that's it. Enough's enough.
I set the bottle down. I turned around. Said a few words, turned back around, bottle's gone. I noticed the end of it's going into a pitcher. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening right now? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, I just bought that 10 minutes ago, and it was gone.
Gone.
I was like, damn, I was looking forward to drinking some Eagle Rare tonight, but I guess it's coming in candy form.
Crazy.
Yeah, so you know, we ended up, you know, you guys continued to do your tastings a couple of times. I kind of opted out. I just kind of sampled some of the rest of the stuff that he was offering, that Patrick was offering. I just knew that when I drank number 2 that was my taste.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up, you know, then you as well. And I think Hank said the same thing. And then, you know, Carl tried it a couple different times, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And he says, you know what, I think you guys are right. I mean, Carl spent a lot, and Hank did too, they spent a lot of time on the tasting, but I was a little embarrassed because I even said to Karen the next day, I said I probably shouldn't have done that, but I just knew. I mean, I know what I like, you know, so.
Right.
And it worked out. So it is very good. Really is very, very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has anybody commented about what they thought about?
No, nothing yet.
Okay.
If any of you are watching the show tonight, have any of you had the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op pick of the Old Forester that we got here? Just seeing if any of you guys have tried it. You know, give us some comments. If not, you can always catch us on the, after show and talk to us about it too, and give us your opinion on it and what you think, if you're picking up the same things we are. But I've always picked up a lot of fruity notes to it, and drink how you like it. Okay. Single barrel and grape soda, nothing better. Yeah, right, guys.
Okay.
Great drink.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm switching over to Bullet because this is what you poured me for pregame, and I didn't even get a chance to go there. So.
Did you drink the other Old Forester? Is it still over there?
It's over there.
Okay, well, that's going to be mine and Joe's drink.
It's good. It's good.
All right. Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, you want to kick into? We're going to be going into news here in a second, and again, while we're waiting on the news, if you guys have heard anything or tried the Old Forester, even the regular other picks of single barrel, let us know what you think.
Ready for news?
Awesome. Ready for news? Come on. Let's do it, dog.
So again, Chad is watching right now, and Mr. Chad was on Channel 3, and I watched that with the Jackson Gray Jewelers. I gave a shout out earlier today, Chad. I just want to let you know, 291 whiskey. And Peerless Bourbon is out. If any of you guys have tried it or acquired any, let us know. If you want to offer up of, I just said that I'm wearing the 291 shirt. And if you guys have any, or if any is for sale, because it's only available at the distillery, let us know. I'd like to try some of that. January 1st, 2018, back in that day, Kentucky's vintage spirits law kicked in. Anyone can sell and buy vintage spirits as long as it's in Kentucky. You can do peer-to-peer sales as long as there is a middleman involved that has a license. So they're saying it's kind of bringing down the secondary market a little bit because it's legal in Kentucky now to do that and sell which is cool. I think that's right. You see the shops now in the whiskey stores that are secondary vintage whiskey stores. I think that's pretty cool. Seeing a shift of $20 bourbons that we've all loved now have gone into around the $30 range. So all the stuff that we used to like at $20, your Buffalo Traces, some of your Wild Turkeys, Heaven Hills and products like that have gone from the sub 20 to 20 to now we're hitting high 20s to low 30s for a lot of that stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what replaces that. And I bet that's going to be like the very old Barton products are probably going to be around the $20, $22 range now. Stuff like that. The Old Forester Single Barrel Ohio pick will be next Saturday, 7/20/19. Just keep your eyes open if Ohio Liquor Control site, or if you've been getting the emails, which we all got and noticed that. So I'm kind of interested in that. It looks like it'll be $44.99 in Ohio. And then another part of my news here, which Greg likes cigars, so I thought I'd mention a few things about cigars. There was an article done on Go Bourbon, and 5 cigars and their perfect bourbon matches. So if I don't say these cigars correctly, let me know.
Okay.
So I'm going to say the Tatua, TAA 2015, strength, medium full, shape, 5 5/8 by 54.
Okay.
Wrapper is Connecticut broadleaf. Or origin is it's a Nicaraguan. Price is $11. They're saying it pairs very nice with Medley's Private Stock 10-year. Now Medley's, is that a...
Is that the same as our old Medleys?
Yeah.
12 years?
I'm thinking that's, yeah, I guess so. So they're saying that's what that pairs with. Blanton's here. Olivia Seri G.
Okay, G series is good. O series is good as well. You can get anybody that smokes cigars, Oliva cigars, G's and O's, great cigars. They're saying that the G pairs well with Blanton's, and I would definitely try that.
Okay.
I do like the O's, I do like the G's.
And you do like Blanton's.
I do like Blanton's, correct.
So the shape is Bellicoso, 5-inch by 52.
Yeah, scroll that down a second. No, the other side, I'm sorry. All right, so it's got the torpedo, so to say, head on it.
So how do you cut that one? Just normal?
So actually, you're supposed to. A lot of guys cut it straight with a regular slice cutter, but you're supposed to cut it at an angle.
Really?
Really.
Now, do you want it angled up?
You want it
towards
angled,
the top of your mouth?
Yeah.
Or?
You want the
Okay.
longer part to be to the top of your mouth. Correct.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
The wrapper is a Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Origin, Nicaragua. Price is around $6. And again, it pairs with Blanton's. Because I know we got a lot of cigar smokers on here. So I saw this article today, and you even mentioned it.
I did.
Hey, did you see this? I was like, I did, and it's part of my news. So they said the elegant sweetness of Olivia G series goes hand in hand with the burnt caramel flavor of Blanton's bourbon. These two brands were meant for one another and are as consistent as Nicaraguan longleaf.
So I'll get a couple of O's, or G's. I'm sorry. We'll get a couple of G's, and
Big G's for Big G's pairing with Blanton's.
and I think that's a cigar that I think you would smoke and enjoy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. If you
Is it a Connecticut wrapper?
Yeah, I would be down with that
Cameroon.
for sure. And I can't see your comments right now, guys, because I'm reading this right from their site. And
Is that a Fuente?
Arturo Fuente,
Arturo Fuente.
Fuente Hemingway short story.
Great.
So that's a short cigar.
Great cigar.
They said it pairs with the Jefferson's, Kentucky.
So it's rolled differently as well. It's not like your standard roll of a cigar. It's a little bit thicker at the bottom, and it's got like a missile type head with a small little spout out that you light. So
It is a medium strength cigar.
it is a medium body.
4-inch
correct.
by 49.
It's a very small cigar. It's comparable. It's not as it's a little bit smaller ring gauge than the nub, but it's about the same size as the nub. A little bit longer, just a little bit longer than a nub.
Is a medium strength, shape Perfecto, wrapper Cameroon, origin Dominican Republic, $6, pairs very well with Jefferson's very small batch. It says these two make a historic pairing just like the namesakes their brands are dedicated to. Both are unpretentious and well balanced with spicy and sweet notes. that complement each other very well. The other thing is Noah's Mill goes with Long Live the King. My style is jalapeno. Strength, medium full. Shape, Lancero or Lancero.
Right.
7 1/4 by 40.
So Lancero is
Lancero. Cool.
So Lancero is it's a much thinner cigar. I would compare to maybe
Like that size?
yes, there you
Okay.
go. Maybe even a ring gauge smaller
Wow.
than that.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Pencil cigar.
Yeah.
Dominican Corajo? Corajo?
Code. Let me see the word.
Corojo.
Corojo.
Corojo. Nicaragua, $11. $11. That's a expensive cigar.
So okay.
Noah's Mill.
Noah's
This is
Mill.
beautifully crafted cigar, as the entire Caldwell cigar lineup is. Classic notes of cedar and mocha come to mind during their smoke. It stands up well against the bold flavor and high proof of Noah's Mill. I like Noah's Mill.
So I've never had Noah's Mill, but I think next time we go shopping, I may bust into a couple, 3-4 different bottles of that. I think they have 3 different bottles,
Yeah,
right?
there's multiple bottles.
Yeah, I would like to.
That is a Willet? No, that's not. Is it a Willet?
I think it is a Willet.
Yeah, okay. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, we were
before.
looking at it when we were in Delaware. We looked at some of that
Okay.
Last but not least, white Monte Cristo White Vintage Connecticut number 3.
stuff. Nice.
Okay. Strength, mild to medium. Shape, Corona, 5.5 by 44. Wrapper is a Connecticut shade. Origin is Dominican Republic. $10. Pairs with Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. That's a heavy drink.
Yeah.
Cigars are like bourbon or anything else. It's personal taste and style, which I think about Double Oaked, Woodford Reserve. I'm not a huge Woodford Reserve fan, but I do like the Double Oaked. It's hard to find a single cigar that fits everyone, but the Monte Cristo Vintage White number 3 comes close. Very mild and smooth, but packed with a lot of flavor any smoker will enjoy. It pairs with the baking spice notes of Woodford Reserve Double Oaked.
Sweet.
And that is it, guys. That's all I
Send me
have.
that link, would you?
I'm going to upload that link to our
Noah's
Whiskey
Mill as well.
Roundtable
What's that as well?
Whiskey Roundtable page on
That's
Facebook. So if anybody wants to get a recap of what Joe just went over,
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah,
we'll link
yeah,
that
bump
to
over.
our Whiskey Roundtable page so you can take a look and try some things out for yourself.
Awesome.
Cool. And I think that's it, guys. That's all we have for tonight on the show.
All right.
We are done. We will be back. We're going to hang out afterwards. Seems like there's a lot of people here.
Let's do a little.
I saw John Mariano just signed on. John, you just missed the show. You can just review it again on Facebook. But we are going into a live hangout. Give us about 10 minutes, and we will be back on our group and back on the co-op to hang out with you guys and talk with you. That's our show. We love whiskey. We enjoy whiskey. Grab a cigar, grab a bourbon, and let's go on a little journey every Friday night as much as we can. All right, guys? We're your hosts. I'm Joe Clark.
Big J.
Karen Helen Keller.
All right. Drink responsibly.
Good night. Be safe.
Yes, yes, yes.